Be good to go when you are.
Okay, we are on the clock, so I will call this meeting to order. DeKalb County Commissioners, and the date today is December 4, 2023. Good morning, Dottie.
Boy, the year is winding down, isn't it?
It is in the final home stretch, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
That's scary.
Well, we are still busy, of course, in HR. We are recruiting still for highway personnel, and I decided to go ahead and give an effort with KPC News, and so we've scheduled to run kind of just a line ad for 5 days, and so it already ran on the 30th, the 1st, the 2nd. It will then do the 5th and the 6th. I got a pretty decent deal. I had money in my budget to go ahead and give it another go.
Oh.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens if we have some inquiries. We looks like we may have one in the wings. Ben was going to give the person, he had interviewed him, and going to give him a call to offer him the job. So keep our fingers crossed on that. Also for recruiting, Sunny Meadows, still the part-time first shift and the full-time second shift. So we do get some inquiries. We have people who ask for applications, and what happens to them afterwards, I don't know. So, and interviewing, let's see, the health department had 3 interviews last week for the registered nurse school/liaison position. They went well. They went well, really well. And so we actually we were able to have Dr. Sauter in on one of them. So that was nice to get his take on that. We'll see what happens. Maybe they would make a decision maybe by the end of maybe middle of this week and offer the person the job. So we'll see. Development services. We have interviewed and are interviewing for the part-time BZA Plan Commission secretary. So those are going well. For some reason, you know, we've had a lot of clerical positions recently and have had really great response. So what I did with some of those full-time positions is that I sent all of those applicants an email back with the posting for the part-time position, asking if they are even interested in part-time. So we've had a few inquiries on that too. So, you know, as my philosophy is, you know, it doesn't hurt to ask. You know, what's the worst? That they can say, no, I'm just interested in full-time. Okay, now we know. So anyway, we have that. The 2 positions in probation, the probation officer assistant and the secretary. Those positions, I think, they will start interviewing soon. The posting went down on the 29th of November. So they've had a really great response to both of those. Then we have people who are starting. We had the Change Academy coordinator start last week. We had a residential facilitator. We are, okay, knock wood, not advertising, not recruiting for any positions with community corrections. I know, once I say that, never fails. It's kind of like in HR when we say, wow, things seem really slow today. You know, forget that. It heats up. Central Communications, in that round, we chose one person who accepted our offer, and that person will start December the 18th. We chose to go ahead and reopen for that second dispatcher position after the first of the year. So we'll kind of get through the holidays and then start that one up again. The Extension Office, their clerical person starts today. That's great. And the Sheriff's Office has, they've had some starts already in the last week or two, and they have another one that is starting on the 18th. So we do not have any recruiting postings up for them. I know. Yahoo! Yahoo! We're very, very happy about that. Let's see, this week on Wednesday morning, the 6th at 8 o'clock in the White Room of the 9th Street Annex, the department heads meeting. I have a couple things I want to remind all of our department heads about the performance appraisals being due at the end of this week, and the start of job description review season, as I call it, February to April for next year. And I want to kind of bring it to their attention. There are many positions that have never been reviewed. Some really don't need to be reviewed, but I do want our department heads to know that we have a set time frame for the Job Classification Subcommittee to look at those things. So we'll talk a little bit about that and the procedure that that goes into that. ITIS will have some things. They're working with the state on the IoT on the indiana.gov domain, which we've been told for the last couple years from the IoT that that is a much more secure domain rather than the one that we currently have, which is in.us. And so I know Jack has been working with them for a while, but you know, it's just like if you change your street address, all the rigmarole that you have to go through to get those things done. And, you know, can you imagine you're changing business cards, you know, something so simple like that. Letterhead, you know, just all kinds of things. So there's a lot to be considered, you know, logistics of anything, you know, just having to work through that. So Jack will talk more about that on Wednesday.
We're going to have at least one in.gov email address for grants going into next year. They won't accept grant applications if it doesn't come from a.
Right. Yeah. That's another reason why. Yeah. So they're just trying to nail down the security of our data. So, and speaking of data and know before the training, we're having really good luck lately with our new hires taking the time to do their know before training fairly quickly after, you know, they've come on board. You know, get that big one, that 45-minute one out of the way. And then the monthly ones are so simple, you know, I mean, less than 2 minutes out of your day. So kudos to our department heads who are encouraging our employees to do that. And we in HR are trying to remind the new hires about, hey, you're going to get an email from this place called Know Before, and what is it? You know, because you've got somebody who's new, everything is new, you know, with the county. So just kind of bringing it to their attention so that they'll actually, you know, go ahead and get it done. Very good. We want to keep our data safe. Then, most recently, because Michigan and Ohio have legalized recreational marijuana, I've been thinking about an email to our employees reminding them that just because it's legal in other states, it's not legal in Indiana, and to top it off, DeKalb County government employees, we have a drug-free policy, and so you know, we don't, due to the Fourth Amendment, we don't have a we don't random test unless, of course, it's DOT. You know, in private sector, in my previous life. We randomly drug screened. However, when someone is injured or there's a vehicle accident with one of our employees and they go to, to the either the ER or they go to the clinic, the occupational health clinic, that is a part of our protocol. Everyone will be drug screened. And there are some things with OSHA, there's some things with our insurance company. Is drug testing everyone appropriate? And there's some court cases also out there about how appropriate it is. We do have a random or a reasonable suspicion policy in place. And so I was talking with our labor attorney regarding maybe tightening up our drug policy. And so we're just right now in talks about that, what we can do. We really have three different populations that, we need to be concerned with. We have our public safety, we have the DOT, and then we have the rest of our employees. Each one is a little different. With public safety, very appropriate to have, the drug screens done in incidents. With the DOT, that one's a given. With the rest of our employees, not. If we go with just the reasonable suspicion that either drugs or alcohol were involved in the accident, with the rest of our employees, not public safety and not DOT, that's three different policies that we'll be dealing with. And I kind of like to keep things as similarly situated as possible. So we're kind of looking into that. So that's sort of my big project for the next couple weeks at that. We will be, because it'll be the end of the year, we will be putting out an email reminding our employees about, since we no longer have deductibles, but our out-of-pocket maximum will start over on January 1. And, because we start our health plan in the middle of the year, sometimes people forget. And so we need to remind everyone that, if you have anything, get it in, by the end of the year. Everything restarts as of January 1. So when you have a claim after January 1, it's in the 2024 out-of-pocket max. So that's sort of in a nutshell what I have going on. In addition to our regular, I can come in, I have a to-do list, and it gets thrown out the window. So as much as you try to stay on track, every once in a while you have a department head that will go, hey, do you have a few minutes? Half an hour later, those sorts of things. It's an everyday occurrence. That's right. So, hey, that's why we're flexible.
Right?
Yep. Anyway, what do you guys have for me?
Anything for Dottie? Anyone? Oh my gosh.
Well, all right. Good.
We're not hard.
That way you guys can take care of more business before Judge Swiller comes in, right?
Yes. Thanks, Dottie.
Hey, you're welcome.
The jail situation, that's good news. Really good news. Now, and it sounds like the health department is going to get that position filled.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm very encouraged. The three interviewees, highly qualified. Anyone would be an asset to, yes, absolutely. And I will say we had just really good response for that. And I know.
Yeah.
After what happened earlier in the year, it's kind of comes down to wages and people wanting to leave mega hospital.
I did see in the paper, Noble County had a sizable full-colored ad for that health department.
Yeah. Yeah, I
position.
saw that too.
You saw that too, yeah.
Yep,
So they're
sure did.
having trouble finding somebody.
And I don't know what the wage is over there.
Yeah.
So, and just exactly how they positioned that position, what duties and experience that they're asked totally. So, yeah,
Well,
but
it looks like the big glitch right now might be Sunny Meadows.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I will say, and you probably got a comment from Angela when you did her performance evaluation about the addition of our maintenance.
Yeah. she was-
She's just over the moon about having an actual person who can help her. I mean, she's got a list of things that needed done out there, and I'm having, and Larry, we're all having really great comments about our additions. So
Yeah.
that was a good hire, and pleased about that. So.
I think in the long run, that could save us money.
I totally
actually.
agree. Yes, with the experience that Rick has and his knowledge base, yeah, I think so. Especially those three particular departments that have had to outsource so much. I mean, Larry has been wonderful through the years, helping each of them, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's just not the same, and so that's great.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Good find.
Yes, really good find.
However we found him, it's good find.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Have a good day, Dottie.
Thank you. You guys too.
We will try. We got Todd off with the flu. Yeah. So, yeah. No,
No bugs.
he's on the mend, though. He'll be back next week.
Definitely seems like that's been going around.
A bit, yes. Okay, well, let's jump over into a bunch of claims. It looks like.
Yes,
Many claims, yes.
year end.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah,
Yes,
Susan,
I
slow
know,
down.
right?
You're trying to break the bank?
Yes, we did have a lot of claims.
We paid on the bot, the first payment, was that first payment on bot, the highway?
No, that's the second release, isn't it?
I don't remember the first.
Well, I have this is the fifth draw on the,
That's right.
are you talking about the GM development one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fifth draw.
That is the fifth.
Yeah, that's the
Right,
fifth one.
Yeah. I didn't look at that, I didn't know that.
That's all right.
But anyway, that boosted it up, well, almost half a million, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna run that one on Tuesday, and, but yeah, we had a lot of getting everything in for the,
Yeah. Huntington Bank,
yeah, we had lots of, payments. Oh, yes, that one. Yeah, that was the first one on that. These were the draws, but yes, that was the first initial payment for,
the bond.
the bot. And, when we set that up, Jeff and Nikki had asked if I thought we could pay that amount this year yet. And I told him, yeah, because we had different monies set aside for different things, because that helped on the back end of it.
Yeah. Good deal.
Yep.
Okay, motion to approve claims?
Yes, I will make that motion.
I have a motion, I will second that motion. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Claims are approved.
You guys could do a separate motion.
Sure.
Is that on the highway department project or?
Highway, yeah, that's the fifth draw, and it is in the amount of $954,000.
A motion to approve that fifth draw?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the draw for the Highway Department building or campus at $954,376.62.
And I will second that motion.
Thank you.
Any other comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion carries. Okay. Minutes.
I'll move to approve minutes.
I will second that motion. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same. Minutes are approved. Okay. You want to move on with the judge? Get him in and
Yeah,
out?
that's totally fine.
Judge Squiller, come on up.
Good morning.
Is that blue light on that microphone?
Now it is.
Thank you.
Hey, loud and clear.
All right.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning. I'm here to talk about the opioid settlement. There has been money allocated to the county as well as various municipalities in the county. And I'm here to request that the commissioners approve a memorandum of understanding between the county and the municipalities to pool the money together, thought being that we can have a greater impact, all work pulling in the same direction and make positive change in a more sustainable way. And if we broke it up and all found our own programs to support, some of which might be overlapping, and together, I think we can have a larger impact. Some of the things that have been discussed in terms of how to use the money are things that directly affect drug problems, which is what the money is designed for. Of course, this is a settlement through a pharmaceutical company that has been found to have made our opioid problem worse through their efforts. And so addressing those things with the money that they've been required to pay seems just, in my view. One of the larger asks that we have is the addiction treatment court, which I oversee. There's a large shortfall constantly in terms of the cost of drug screens. Of course, those folks have to be drug screened very frequently, and the cost of that can become somewhat overwhelming for people who are not necessarily as financially stable as others in the community. We've also identified as a need training for peer recovery program, which is something that our mental health providers can utilize, but the cost of getting these individuals trained is rather costly, and there's not outside money available that I know of to otherwise pay for that. Another area that we've identified is housing for individuals in recovery, halfway houses like Serenity House, Hearten House, places like that. Oftentimes people are not very financially stable when they get there, and so having some money available to assist people when they get on their feet is another area of need that we've identified. But the ask today is simply to approve the MOU with the municipality so that we can pool the money together.
Questions, comments?
It just makes sense to do something collaborative.
So, Judge Squiller, as I look at this memorandum, it sounds like each of the communities is not necessarily committing 100% of the funding to this group. It says we'll agree to commit some portion. Or is this intended to be an agreement that all of the opioid money is pooled?
By the time the conversations happened, some of the municipalities had already spent some of the money, had already allocated it. And so that's the reason that it's not 100% of each municipality. So there, you're right, there is some variation from.
But the county
municipality
could choose to
municipality.
give all of its money to it, obviously.
Correct.
Okay. And is that kind of, and then, and this is more of a procedural question, does the council have to approve this or just the commissioners? Yes.
Well, first of all, as I understand it, the intent of the MOU is that the municipalities are committing whatever balance they
They
have
have,
left
okay.
to the, and very little really has been spent already.
Okay. So the intent is the balance of whatever you, everybody has.
yeah.
Okay.
Council will have to approve the appropriation of the money. So
Of
this
the
was
money.
discussed
Right.
at council
Then you
meetings.
determine where it goes specifically through this, in a sense.
Yeah, council asked for a plan sometime back when this was discussed in front of council, something similar to the ARPA plan, is what they asked for in terms of appropriation.
Okay.
But as I understand it, all the municipalities have agreed to the
Okay.
MOU language.
And I should add, this collaboration occurred through our local JRAC, which has unanimously approved the request that we're making. So this is something that's been discussed by a board that's comprised of our local prosecutor, myself, the public defender, the sheriff, probation, mental health service providers. So that's what has gone into this.
All right.
You mentioned recovery housing. Would Inspiration Ministries qualify for any of these funds? I know they have a lot of recovery housing that they've,
They have not made a request through JRAC for any funds. I would not be in favor of that simply because, well, for two reasons. One is they have many other funding sources that they can use, grant writing, things like that. The Addiction Treatment Court does not have that. And so I feel that something that's focused within our county is a more appropriate use of that. There are other reasons as well, if you want me to get into those, but that's the principal reason.
okay. Any other comments, questions? At this point, then, I would entertain a motion.
I would move that we approve and sign the MOU with the cities and towns in DeKalb County to combine the opioid funds. There is only, and Andrew, I don't know that this really makes any difference. I just noticed that they have Spencerville listed. Spencerville's not incorporated. And so really don't feel, they
They don't have
really
a town
receive
board or
any
anything
funds, yeah.
necessarily, do they?
No, nor would they receive any
funds,
funds. Because
right.
anything that they have would come to the county.
I agree with that.
I don't know that.
So they
having
could just
them-
be crossed off
Yeah,
by
have-
whatever group is handling it.
I don't know. I think I would take it more as, I mean, their residents still would be benefiting from it.
Sure.
And I mean, through all the financials and stuff, we can prove that they didn't get any money that they're not giving to us.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's appropriate that they're mentioned.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're part of the county.
Problem is, I don't think they have any elected official that signs on behalf of the town, like
No.
a
Right.
Yeah,
town board president or anything like that.
yeah.
That would be
County
the only problem.
historian,
And we could
you
make
go.
note, we could make note on their signature line about that.
yeah, okay.
I would think that
Not a
would
big
be-
deal.
Yeah.
Are we the first to approve this or have this before us?
Yes.
For approval? We are the first.
Well, as far as I know, anyway. I don't think it's been.
Do you know if this has went to any other, the city or anybody else yet?
All the other mayors and councils have the MOU, but
Yeah.
I don't
We
know
haven't
that it's.
acted on
I
it.
haven't seen they send them in slowly once things like this happen, but I haven't seen anything yet.
All of the mayors and town managers have replied in favor of the MOU, but and it hasn't gone to council yet, as far as I know.
I would actually like to hold off on this till next week. So I'm not going to second the motion. I want to get Todd in and get his comments on this before we move forward with it. So I will not second the motion for now. So we'll bring it back up next week and definitely do a vote on it.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Okay. Moving on, miscellaneous topics. Any miscellaneous? Anyone?
Yeah, 1 second.
Only thing I have is I got an email from the sheriff on that boat that's in the whole building at Sunny Meadows.
Oh.
That old boat.
Yeah,
He couldn't find any information on it. The DNR
nothing,
permit thing was so old that there wasn't
nothing.
nothing to track down. So he said the best way the best option would be to treat it as abandoned property, and we can call dispatch, and there's a procedure that has to be followed and they'll tow it out of there
Oh, okay.
and clean it out.
Well, you say through dispatch?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
central. Okay,
I can, if you want, I can go ahead and handle that.
okay. That'd be fine. That'd be great. Get it out of there and we'll get some cleanup going out there.
Yep.
There's some other items in there. I think mostly it can just go to the recycle or something.
Scrapyard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, agree.
Okay.
Okay, do you want me to go? Okay. Cheryl had sent the MC Squared 2024 contract. You guys did the 1 month of 2023. And this one is for the full 12 months of 2024. So she just needs an approval on that and just Bill's signature.
Okay. Just need a motion on that.
Yeah.
You want that?
I'll make a motion to approve and sign.
A motion, I will second that motion. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same. Motion carries.
I think you just have to sign at the bottom corner.
Looks that way. Bottom right corner.
Yeah.
They are, ma'am.
And then the other thing that I have is, so on November 20th, Becky Calhoun with Drug Free had come and presented everybody that had applied for drug-free grants for November of 23 to November of 24. So, which we voted on those. Then she brings the claims with all the signed contracts, and you guys approve those, and then we process the claims. So it's also just a motion to accept them, and then they'll go to the next stage.
Okay, motion. You need that?
It's all, there is, do you want me to read the amounts?
Yes.
So the Refuge Community Church received $1,500 for treatment. Auburn Police Department, $5,000, Justice Program. Community Corrections, DeKalb County, received $500 for prevention program, $3,500 for Justice Program grants. 3,000 of that is for community correction, and 1,000 was for Change Academy. Fortify Life received $3,000 for treatment program. Serenity House, $3,000 for treatment program. Inspiration Ministries, $3,000 for treatment program. Heart and House, $3,000 for treatment. Monarch Foundation, $1,000 for treatment. Probation Department, DeKalb County, $4,000 for justice program. And Macmillan Health, $4,150 for prevention. Garrett Kaiser Schools received $5,000 for prevention programs.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the drug-free DeKalb grants.
Okay, I will second that wholeheartedly. Any additional comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same. Motion carries. What else you got, Susan?
I believe the only, the only other thing I have is the letter that I gave you all this morning from the mayor.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't have anything else at this time.
Let's jump over into that. I think this is probably doable. I think we ought to be more open-ended on the timeline, that if we're going to give them that bridge, that we have more of an open-end exit date from that property. We have no way of controlling the completion date of the new highway project, and it's kind of a little bit touch and go at the moment. We're getting some really bad weather. Most of the outside work is done, but it's not all completed. There's a lot inside.
It's a crapshoot. You never know what the weather's going to be
Right,
like. Or
what the weather-
anything else is going to.
So I'd like a little bit, and I think we had talked about the end of April. I think maybe we ought to go a little further than that. If we're going to give them the bridge as a whole.
I think, didn't the original agreement they sent over, Andrew, didn't that go till April 30th and then month to month after that? The original one they sent, that
I
was a
think
trade
it-
on the bridge.
I
So I
think it
think it
did.
was already set up just to go month to month afterwards. I don't have that in front of me.
Yeah.
And then we proposed back selling the bridge for 20,000. And we proposed back extending the lease to April 30th. That was in October. So I'm thinking they're okay with extending it to the end of April. But it would be good to clarify that.
Well, yeah, the end of April, April 30th is the
But you're saying we
the
may
date we've
need
been
more
using, but I
time.
believe that they originally said that if it was longer than the end of April, it would just go month to month
Okay,
after that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I would certainly think that they're still agreeable with that.
Yeah. And I think the bridge, under that circumstance, we could
Just trade it.
just trade the bridge for that, if they'll agree to.
Like if you
That's
know
better.
at the end
I
of
mean,
the
it's
time,
not
you
like-
need one more month, you might just trade him the bridge or something for that.
Well, no, I think Bill, I guess I should make sure, you're talking about just doing the trade that they originally suggested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's-
extending the
Yeah.
deadline.
Bill's talking about going back to the original agreement that they sent,
Okay,
lease extension, which was just an even trade for the bridge, with the term running until April 30th and then month to month after April 30th, but the payment was just the bridge, period.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything else.
Yeah, no additional payment. It's
Right.
going to be the bridge. And we're not, we're not like we want to set in that property. We want to get moved, but we
Yeah.
want to be able to, we want to know
Yeah, but, it could be the middle,
if it's
middle
the
of
new is
May
not
or,
ready,
yeah.
we can't move without it being ready.
If we get a bunch of snow, then
Yeah.
there could be issues. Thank you, Leah.
So the original lease extension that came from Eric
Right.
is what we're back to now.
And I don't have that one right here in front of me, but the original lease extension, so what is your understanding, just so I have it correctly, of what the original lease extension agreement?
Is that,
Just said?
that was the first amendment, but it says something about April 30th month to
Let's,
month.
The
yeah,
original agreement, or that they sent over
Okay,
was,
would be the bridge in exchange for,
April 30th. Maybe,
April 30th,
what
okay,
I'd like
and
to see
then
us
month
do is
after that.
extend that another month to May 30th.
This one does say, I'll give this right back.
yeah.
It does say, okay. Until April 30th, 2024. The agreement also allows for a month-by-month extension of occupancy if needed as the DeKalb County Highway Department transfers to its new location. So it has the
It has a month.
month-to-month
But it doesn't
ability.
have a dollar amount for that month to month.
So the dollar amount for the month to month, you could either agree with, so their proposal is 30,730 divided by 7 is the monthly fee, I think, or they've put down what they think is their fair rent, dollar per square foot.
well, no,
That's
no,
fine.
no, throw that away.
Okay.
This
Let's,
is,
That's,
I meant for the monthly extension.
oh, okay, no.
Okay.
let's keep it simple.
The understanding was with the mayor, when I first talked to him about that, is that month to month on the original agreement that Eric sent over
Right.
was the sole and total payment would be the bridge. And so if we need to go month to month after April 30th, there's no additional fees charged. It's just
And
an
okay.
even swap with the bridge.
because they're not paying us for the bridge.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, and there's no payment for the time period up to April 30th either.
No,
Right.
just the bridge.
It's the bridge.
Just the bridge pays for everything, including month to month after that.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's what I was not understanding.
That I know for sure that's the intent of the original.
Yeah.
And so that's what,
Lease
and
extension.
you want me to communicate that back to,
Just verify that with,
let's verify that, because
Right.
that's different than their letter to us.
yes,
Here, okay.
yeah. And this was, the letter that they sent today was a counter proposal.
And we're saying we don't
What we
agree-
sent
right.
back,
Will be their original
Todd
proposal.
suggested was, they'll pay for the bridge and we'll pay them rent.
Right.
So we're just gonna
So, okay,
scrap that idea,
okay.
That sounds good.
right? I got that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah. That's what we need.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. Larry, you're here. Let's just get you in and out. What you got for us today?
Another quote. Virginia.
Oh,
Okay. I'll put it all together, yep.
So what this is another quote from a different company. And they said that they would have a contractor come in to do the wiring part of it, and Voltal is who they use, that's who the other company was using too.
Yeah.
So, do you have your other old one?
Okay, so one question.
Sure.
This new one, is this just for courthouse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because we've had a couple different quotes.
So
So-
the last one I had, if I'm understanding correctly,
For 148.
okay.
Should be two pages.
I have one that says jail and courthouse for 404, and then I have another one that, oh, that just says, oh, wait. This one says 186.
I've got the 186, 238 courthouse.
So then there should be another one that's 148.
I don't think I have that one. These are the old ones I had.
I think this was the one that was for down at the, by the jail.
This
For-
one?
For doing just the courthouse down at the jail. This,
Oh,
that's just for the jail itself, I think, to do the 22nd.
This was for
Okay.
both. This one was just,
This is,
maybe this was community corrections? I don't know.
so the one you got is a new quote.
Yep.
I can get you a copy of this one.
okay, because they're same size.
Same size,
Yeah.
they're just different generator companies. but
Different
the
location.
same-
What was this? The 148, yeah, the 148 was putting it out here by the courthouse. The 186 was putting it down by the jail.
Yeah. And then this one here is putting it up by, or the one I just gave you today is putting it at the jail, or no, putting it here.
Courthouse, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So we were 148, 885 compared to 131, 900,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. I'll get you a copy of this.
I think Bill has it.
And I was going back and forth with this generator. I hated it to see it out in the yard itself. So I talked on this quote here. I talked with them as you're going around that corner right there, where we talked about putting it in the yard right there, when you were out there that morning. There's a tree right there on the corner inside the sidewalk beside the building. It's an old crabapple tree. Anyway, the building comes in, there's no windows or anything there.
Oh,
And so I asked him, I said, will it fit in this spot? If we take out there's a tree there and a couple shrubs and stuff like that. And so that we measured it up, it will fit there.
really?
Yeah. And I said, if anything, let's try our best to put it right there. So he said it wouldn't cost any, there wouldn't be any difference of a cost from putting it in the yard to putting it to there. I mean, it's just about the same distance.
Yeah, yeah.
So these quotes are comparable as far as being the same, but this quote here is for putting it there, which will be right beside the building.
And the 148 was still on on the
Yes,
lot.
yes.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, yeah. Because I struggled big time with putting it in the yard because when he said it was going to be 8 foot tall and I'm like, I just don't want to see it. I'm trying to protect the courthouse, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, the looks of,
Well, that's why we talked about this spot over here first.
yeah, yeah,
It just won't work there.
yeah,
But if that spot will work, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, easy one.
It's all about the windows.
well,
And I understand that.
yeah, because you don't want, if it started up and started running, you didn't want it rattling, making all the noise and have to hear it, and this would make it,
And if you got a window open, I don't know that we do that much, but still,
Yeah.
we do some. You're going to
Yeah.
get some possibility fumes in the window and
Yeah.
so forth.
so anyway, so here's this quote here. I can leave it to you guys and you can decide or talk about it or discuss it when Todd gets back or whatever you
Yeah.
want to do. If you want, I can make copies of that other quote that you've got there
Yeah.
for everybody.
Would you do that? Or
Yeah.
Or email it to us or something?
Yeah, I'll just make copies and get it to you.
Okay.
This one,
Yeah. No, this,
this 148.
yeah. No. The new one. The latest one. Right?
Or just give me a copy and I will send it.
Yeah.
Give me a copy and I will send it to everybody.
Is this the one he only had one?
No, the one I just gave him is the one he had one.
Oh,
So, another thing I'd like to talk to you about is, out at Sunny Meadows, Bill, you've been in there, that garage area where that old boat and there's a bunch of old furniture and garbage sitting in there.
I think it's a lawn tractor too, or
Yeah,
A couple zero turns or
something.
mowers in
Yeah.
there, and all the guts in that boat are stacked in the corner.
yeah. If there would be a possibility of the maintenance taking that area over and making what I would call a shop area or something to be able to, if we had something big enough we needed to work on and the other thing I'm thinking of, I don't know how you're wanting to do it, but when we do get a vehicle, if he's not driving it home, I don't know how that will work and if he can do that or not, but it would be a place to park it, put it inside, or if he needed to do something to it or work on it, or keep mowing equipment in and stuff like that. It's going to take a little bit to put it to make it something that would,
Yeah,
I would like to,
Already a nifty workbench there.
yeah, but like insulate the walls and stuff so it's not,
totally cold.
yeah,
Maybe a little bit of heat if need be
yeah.
to work on. Like I say, if he's got to work on something in there,
Yeah, I think it's,
I think that's a no-brainer.
yeah, sure.
So I'm just coming to you guys to get the okay to do it. I have already talked to Angela, and she goes, oh, yeah, that'd be great. She was
Is
all about it.
Okay, is this the same one that Soy on Water will store their little whatever in?
This is a different section. This is
never
this is a separated section of that same building.
Okay, never mind.
The pole barn building?
Yeah, the pole barn building.
I probably should go
But
look
this
at
is a smaller portion of that building that's
Okay.
already been partitioned off.
Yeah.
It's got an overhead door and a walk-in door.
Yeah,
And so it would be perfect, and to keep that truck in there would be ideal.
yeah,
I don't think it would be a take-home truck by any means.
okay.
So he
Well-
could keep it there.
That could be his spot to travel to
Yeah.
for work, grab the truck, and then he could do,
Do his things. and-
Yeah. so,
Coincidentally, I just had gotten an email from the sheriff about the boat because we were trying to track down who owned it and so forth. So we've got the information we need to treat it as abandoned property and have it towed out of there
okay,
and so forth, so.
Is that on a trailer?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
on
I
there.
was going to say, yeah. I thought it was.
so what I will do is I'll throw all the,
Throw all the boat stuff back in the boat.
to get rid of it, and it goes with the boat. Yeah. So if it's okay with you guys, if you think that's a good idea, we'll work on trying to get it cleaned out and
Yeah,
start working on getting it fixed up for us to use as a chop area, so to speak.
And I think really it's a must. He's got to have an area.
Yeah.
To keep the truck, keep tools, keep to work on. If he's got something that he can take over there and work on it, it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, and Dusty said they could move stuff around in that, in the highway department side, just slide the soil and water drill in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of the way for the
Get that in.
winter, so.
That'd be great. That'd be great. And hopefully we can open that, rest that up entirely at some point.
Yeah, yeah.
We got a plan for the old roller.
Yeah, he figured they'd move all that stuff out there to
Yeah.
the new campus.
Yeah. So, okay.
All right,
Go
super.
for it, Larry.
Anything for me while I'm here?
But did you get another quote on that barrier for the third floor of the courthouse by chance?
I've put a call in and have not got a call back.
Not call back.
Yeah. So I will I'll make another call on that.
Okay. All right.
So.
I think,
And as far as the generator goes, I did call 2 other people and never got a call back
Never got a call
from
back.
anybody.
well, this gives us more than one.
Yeah.
At least we got 2. And we'll go through this and
Yeah,
we'll make a decision on this pretty quick.
Okay.
yeah, that's good.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
Larry.
Thanks,
Larry.
guys.
Okay. What else we got, people? Any more miscellaneous? Anyone? I got a couple things. And this is just preliminary. I've gotten 2 complaints on Hillbilly Tire in Corona again.
And what?
Hillbilly Tire.
Now,
Oh,
Mike's, I don't know, Andrew, you may not be privy
I'm not privy to that yet.
to that. It was a situation, must have been, it'd been over a year ago, a problem with complaints about excessive tires, no barrier to conceal the tires. We got another complaint, and it's been turned over to Developmental Services and the code enforcer to go up there and see what's going on. I don't want to get into it today until they've had a chance to look at the situation over. But they are out of compliance as far as tire storage and maybe residential.
I had to look into this for another government entity a few years ago, and you can get IDEM involved potentially, and also the fire marshal. And they were able to actually resolve one of these situations by coming in. They were able to get like an order to
Yeah.
remove a lock and get in if it goes to that,
Yeah.
to that extent, but the state has some power there to protect. Some of it depends on whether the tires are stored for reuse or recycling or eventually dumping, and there's different requirements for how they have to be stacked and stored.
Yeah.
So, okay.
He's bringing them in, evidently he's not taking them out, not as fast as they're coming in. The area involved is completely stacked full of tires. I could see them over the fence, actually.
And is it within the town of Corona or outside their town limits?
It's on the north side of 6.
Because I didn't know if they'd have their own code
And
enforcement.
so is the fire department up there.
I didn't know if it would be whether the town of Corona has their own code enforcement or they use,
No.
they use ours.
Yeah, they
Okay.
use ours. Yeah. So that's coming up. We'll have more probably maybe in another week when they get out there and
Okay.
check that out. I think I do have a question you when we're done, Andrew.
Okay.
Other than that, I think I'm done. That's all I have. Anything else? Anyone? You doing the pledge, Mike? Okay, I'll stick around for the pledge also. Susan, last call.
I'm done.
Andrew, last call.
Yeah, I'm done.
Michael? Okay, then we will stand adjourned.